Trump calls himself a peace president. But across the globe, American bombs keep falling. From Iran to Yemen, from Somalia to Venezuela, US air power has surged across continents. In just 1 year, over 600 American strikes, more than the Biden administration, carried out in 4 years. Peace through strength? No. This is a war machine, wrapped in diplomatic language, domination sold as restraint. NATO watches silently, Europe falls in line, and chaos spreads under Washington's unchecked power. The opening front was Africa. In Somalia, the US launched more than 100 airstrikes against al-Shabaab and ISIS affiliates in a single year. Villages hit, civilians exposed, entire regions turned into permanent kill zones. Washington claims counterterrorism. The reality is perpetual war from the sky. Instability disguised as security. In Iraq's Anbar province, a US-led strike eliminated ISIS' second highest commander. Washington called it justice, but the message was broader. The United States reserves the right to strike, judge, and execute across borders. NATO allies stayed quiet. Europe offered political cover. Power, once again, faced no resistance. Then came Yemen. In mid-March 2025, the US unleashed a billion-dollar bombing campaign. Cruise missiles, Tomahawks, precision strikes, ports, radar systems, and command hubs were flattened. Civilian casualties mounted rapidly. The assault stopped only after an Oman-brokered ceasefire, leaving devastation, not deterrence, in its wake. June 22, 2025, Operation Midnight Hammer, 7 B-2 stealth bombers dropped 30,000-pound bunker busters on Iran's nuclear facilities. Tomahawks launched from submarines. Trump declared total obliteration. Intelligence assessments said otherwise. Iran's program survived. Delayed, not destroyed. What the world saw was not diplomacy, but intimidation. A warning written in fire. By September, the battlefield shifted to the Caribbean and the Eastern Pacific. US forces began sinking cartel vessels using airstrikes. More than 100 killed. The justification? Narcotics enforcement. The legal shift? Cartel members reclassified as unlawful combatants. Law enforcement became warfare. The rules were rewritten to fit the bombs. December 19th, Operation Hawkeye Strike. More than 70 ISIS targets hit across Syria after American soldiers were killed near Palmyra. Airstrikes tore through central Syria and spilled into Iraq. Retaliation became escalation. NATO allies stood aside. Silence became complicity. Christmas Day, US missiles struck alleged ISIS targets in Nigeria. Weeks later, Venezuela was hit next. CIA drones struck docking facilities. Maritime attacks intensified. The campaign ended with the unthinkable. The capture of a sitting president, Nicolas Maduro, flown to the United States in handcuffs. Regime change. Without invasion, without apology. From Africa to the Middle East, from the Caribbean to Latin America, Trump's first year shattered the myth of the peace president. Over 600 strikes, civilian deaths, sovereignty ignored, all of it sold as protection. NATO followed, Europe complied, the global order bent under American force. 1 year of bombs, 1 year of destabilization. From Iran's nuclear sites to Yemen's ports, from Somalia's skies to Venezuela's shores, US military power expanded while diplomacy served as cover. Peace through strength is war by another name. The world watches. Europe trembles. NATO falls in line. And the so-called peacemaker leaves behind a record written in fire.